What's up, guys? A pleasant good afternoon. Hope all you guys are having a good Tuesday so far. And welcome back to the channel, everyone, of Main Event Baseball with Ryan. Some of you may recognize my guest from last year. Um, this is I'm really excited for the interview, and I'm going to just get to my guest right now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Please welcome my guest for a second time on the channel, my good friend Paige.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Anytime, Paige. Anytime. So, some of you, well, actually, a lot of you, these guys know about you, but we have a couple new subscribers that don't. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so my name's Paige. I work with the Boise Hawks baseball team. I'm the marketing manager for the team, so do all the marketing and bunch of partnership stuff and social media and promotions and all the fun stuff, right? um,
Ah,
yeah, but I've been here for a little over 5 years now, I think. Yeah.
well, but yeah, so Paige, we're going to get right to the questions. But of course, we have to start with the obvious. The Super Bowl is a couple days away. Eagles, Chiefs, second time they've met. Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
Well, if I could pick neither of them I would. I'm a bitter Lions fan, so I'm gonna pretend that the Super Bowl is not happening this year.
Uh,
But if I had to choose, I'm gonna go for the Eagles. Just
okay.
because I'm a little anti-Chiefs, but I think I'm with the majority on that one. I don't think a lot of people want to see them win
Yeah.
again.
Yeah, we don't want to see that. But and Eagles won last time those two met, so
Yeah.
but and your Lions almost made it. I mean, they had a good season.
They had a great season, but they just can't pull it off when it comes down to it. The same thing happened
Oh,
last year. Same thing happened last year with them. But
yeah, yeah. I mean, you had a 49ers Lions playoff game too. So,
yep, yep.
but, well, so I got to ask, how did you play fantasy football this year?
I did. Us and some of us in the front office here at the Hawks, we all play fantasy football together, and so I think there's 12 of us in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was another good year for your girl. I won it all again. So I went back to back, so I was a champion. Yeah,
Champion. There you
yeah.
go. Well, okay. Then what was your team name that you
um.
named?
So this year I switched it to Baby Back Gibbs. I had
Okay.
Gibbs on my team, and Gibbs was
Ah,
my guy.
there you go. I like it. I like that.
Yeah.
Uh, so, now getting to the baseball side of things. Before you did work with the Hawks, you worked with the Augusta Green Jackets, a minor league affiliated team. So I got to ask you, what do you miss most about working with the Augusta Green Jackets?
Um, well, when I was there, so they just kind of built a new stadium. I was the second year there that they had a new stadium. So it was really cool being at a place, a brand new facility and stadium, and got to see kind of like all that stuff. And so that was really cool, just being new to that, and having not, everyone else experience it for the first time as well. That was cool. And then I was an intern there, and so the intern class that I was a part of was a lot of fun. We all became really good friends, and I still talk to a lot of them. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think just the people there, the even the entire front office was awesome, and even some of the fans I made some good connections with. So I think just like yeah, the atmosphere and everything there. I don't fully miss the hot Georgia weather and
Oh,
all that stuff,
yeah.
but
Well, I mean, you're in Princeton too, but I
I
mean,
am, yeah, yeah. So I can handle a lot, but when you walk outside and it's just like the humidity and you're just like instantly
mhm.
dripping wet, and when you're running around in a baseball stadium for hours on, on end,
Yes.
it's not a whole bunch of fun, but it was still a good time. I say that I complain, but I do enjoy the warmth rather than being cold. So
Uh, well, and now we'll stick right with it because in 2019 it was your first year with the Hawks, and I mean that was the last time we were affiliated, unfortunately. But I got to ask you, what? So, what do you like about your job with the Hawks the most?
um, honestly, well, not being affiliated, that helps our job a little bit because
Hmm.
there's a lot more things that we can do. We have a lot more freedom, rather than a part of affiliation. You're just kind of you're tied down a little bit more, and it's a little more serious in a sense. But so here, we have a coach that or a manager that picks the entire team, and it's these guys that are like our employees. So it's like we can use them for stuff, and then we're able to do a lot of fun promotions with that. And so I enjoyed that part of my job, just being able to do all the fun stuff. And that is a lot of my job is the promotions and all that stuff. But other than that, I think my coworkers make it all worth it. Really, we're all out here grinding for at least like 12 to 13 hours a day and like a 6-game homestand, and the heat sometimes when it's like 110 degrees in the middle of July here.
Yep.
They all make it all they make it all worth it. And we have a good time here. So we're a bunch of goofballs in the front office that just mess around, and but
Oh yeah.
we still get the job done, but we have lots of fun, that's for sure.
Uh, I love hearing that, and I don't miss July of last year when we were playing Glacier at home, and it was like
Yeah.
120, and there was like 10 people in the stands for a
Yeah.
night game. I mean,
Right.
literally.
I know, it's like the heat and the smoke just destroyed our July and August months last year, I felt like.
Oh yeah, and I spoke to the Glacier manager about it, and he just could not handle it. But
Yeah, it's bad.
I didn't blame him one bit. So I mean,
Yeah.
but so going from the Boise Hawks, if you guys have ever been to a Hawks games, highly recommend it. Paige is always on the field before the game. She's always wearing a jersey, and we have a lot of jerseys when it comes to home games. But Paige, what would be your favorite jersey that you wear for the Hawks?
I'd say my favorite jersey is probably the H-wing. I love the throwback H-wing jerseys. Those
Ah,
are Yeah, those are so fun. But so I'd say that's my favorite. Although this year, this upcoming season, we got some new ones coming. So I think
there you go.
those might become a new favorite of mine and hopefully the fans. But yeah, I think overall I love the H-wing. I like the throwback. I like the colors of it and everything. Sometimes I wish that was our primary logo, but
Yeah, I mean, it's really not a bad logo. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know who made the idea to bring that up, but who, I mean, they were a genius to do it.
yeah,
The
right,
hat, the hats are great. The t-shirts are great. I mean, literally, I love it
yeah,
though. I
yeah, me
mean,
too.
and all that. But so going from now, everything from Augusta to your job with the Hawks to the Boise Hawks jerseys, our home opener, and this is what you guys have heard. I call this the Battle of Idaho. It will be the Idaho Falls Chuckers, the Boise Hawks to begin the 2025 Pioneer League season here in Boise. And a matter of fact, that is only 15 weeks from tonight, to be exact. And what can you tell everyone out here, like how important this rivalry is, not just to Idaho Falls, but to the Hawks as well?
Yeah, I mean it's huge. It makes it fun, honestly, having like an in-state rival, especially
Yeah.
just across the way. And so yeah, it's part of our Highway series. It's the season-long battle between us and
Hmm.
the Chuckers, and we that's our little brother basically. We big dog them.
Oh
last
yeah.
Yeah, last year, I mean, I think it was out of 18 games or something. We went like 12-6 with them, and so
Mhm.
hopefully we can run it back this year and have another good year against them. And it's fun though. It's the competition makes it good, and the
Yeah,
competitiveness. And
absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, we like to mess with them, and I'll comment some stuff on social media, just to bash them a little bit. But it's
Uh,
always out of good fun. And
yeah,
um,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think it makes it fun. Those homestands and the fact that it is, a season long thing, it keeps it exciting. Rather than just like another series against another team. But
Hmm.
yeah, fighting for the best baseball team in Idaho spot is always a good time.
No, I love it. Yes. And 2 years ago I was in Idaho Falls with the Hawks, and I had to watch Gary hand over that trophy, and it's not fun. I mean, it's not
Yeah.
fun. We've won it the past 2 years. There's an MVP. An MVP on the winning team gets a belt. The Traffic Cone Trophy, August, of course, is with the Hawks right now. Hopefully, it will be back with us after this year. So, and also, Paige, we have new opponents coming to Boise, particularly one, and that is Oakland. The Oakland Ballers' second year in the Pioneer League. We played them last year in Oakland, but they did not come here. So, I got to ask you: are you excited to see Oakland come to Boise? I mean, especially that they just re-signed the only female player in the league, Kelsey Whitmore. I mean, that's going to be big.
Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, since they became a part of this league, I think they created a really good following. And
Hmm.
so that's cool to see, them in their first year. They have like all this excitement behind them, and I
Hmm.
think they're a pretty well ran team and everything. And yeah, having seen history be be made with
Yep.
like Kelsey being their pitching and all that stuff. But we'll treat them just as we would any other person, any other
Oh
team.
yeah, I know.
We're gonna stomp them. They're a bunch of chumps over there.
Yeah, but I mean, they will actually be flying to Boise and not going by bus. So I'm a little jealous about that, but I mean, yeah, it'll be good. New opponent,
Yeah,
first time in Boise. That's going to be a great series as well.
yeah, it's fun welcoming
So,
new teams here.
oh yeah, yeah, and especially Kelsey, yeah. So,
Right? Yeah,
and then, as you said, you're from Detroit, and that's a great city. I've been through the airport. I love the airport. It's so nice. But if you could be given a front office job with any pro team in the city of Detroit, what would that team be? What position would it be, and why?
that's a really tough question for me because I'm a big Detroit sports fan. So,
Yes, you are.
I mean, yeah, I think overall I would probably like some type of either a marketing or social media or
Mhm.
like a partnership activation role with any of those teams.
Right.
But I think I have reasons why I'd want to work with all of them. Like, I love the Lions, and football's nice because you only have 16
Hmm.
games out of the year, and you work just all those home games and maybe a couple or pre and post season and all that stuff. So it's
Right.
definitely like shorter season, which would be nice. The Pistons would be cool just because like I love basketball, and so um,
There you go.
that'd be huge. And then the Tigers, I grew up going to those games with my dad, and he would take my sister and I to at least one game every year. We'd get like really good seats, and so it's really like nostalgic for me, just like being at Tigers games sometimes. So, but that's a long season. Baseball's long seasons, and then,
It is a long
but
season. Yes.
yeah, but again, I think it would be cool. That'd be like a dream for me. And then Red Wings are so fun. Like hockey, anytime I go back home, I'll always try to go to a Red Wings game if it's in season because just the atmosphere is just so fun there.
Mhm.
It's almost not like any other sporting event, honestly. And so I think just kind of working for the Wings would be cool. And again, any of those teams would be like a dream come true, just because I grew up, watching them and a Detroit fan. So I would be fine with working with any of them, to be honest.
Uh, Well, that brings up a follow-up question. Detroit Tigers made the postseason last year. They do have a former Boise Hawk on their team, Javi Baez. You got to go to a game, and I think it was a postseason game. Am I correct?
It was just before the postseason. I went to their last
Okay.
regular season home game. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember seeing that, and I had to ask, what was the environment like, knowing that they were heading right into the postseason?
Yeah, it was awesome, and I was glad that the timing worked out for me while I was back at home to be able to go to a game. And although it was just the last regular season game, it did feel, the atmosphere was awesome, and like there was just so much hype and excitement behind the team, just because of what they were doing and how they were playing. So going to that game was so much fun, and I think they ended up losing the game. Unfortunately, it was against the White Sox, which was also a bummer, but it was still so cool to go there, and like I said, the all the everyone pushing behind the team, and just the support was awesome to
uh,
be there and see them while they were playing so well.
I mean, they went to Houston and they swept Houston in the wild card. So what? You can't get anything wrong now. But
Right.
yeah, and then so a lot of you guys don't know this. When I had Paige on the channel last year, she mentioned she went to a community college and you played college basketball. So what was that like to play college basketball, even though it was a community college? What was that like?
Yeah, it was awesome. I was so grateful that I got to have that opportunity and experience, because going out of high school, I was getting, I was talking to some colleges, getting looked at by a little bit, but my senior year of basketball, I ended up tearing my meniscus in my knee and had to get surgery, and so I missed the end of my basketball season in high school and everything, and that was a huge bummer. And so I kind of was like, dang, I don't know if this is gonna happen anymore. But one of my best friends, she was talking to Macomb Community College, where I ended up going, and she was like, Paige, there's this open tryout practice, like you should totally come and just to play even. And so I
Yeah.
went, and then the coach ended up talking to me, and he was like, I want you to come back. And then he was like, okay, I want you to play here, basically. And he ended up signing me, and I ended up getting a scholarship there and everything. And so it was cool just to extend my playing career, and because like I
Hmm.
said, basketball is my favorite. I love it. I still play it. I play in a women's league right now. I can't get enough of it. And so yeah, it was really cool just being able to do that and create the friendships. When you're on a team with teammates, those friendships are just unmatched. You guys become like this entire family, and so being able to stay with that was so much fun, and I was so grateful for that opportunity.
I love hearing that story. And then what position were you?
In college, I was like a forward. I'm not super tall, but I'm pretty strong down low. So
There you go.
I yeah.
That's great. And so now we got to get back to the Hawks. There's one little thing most people know about the Boise Hawks. Some of them are not very familiar with. It is our bat dog Blitz, and he is, believe me, he is a hard worker. He works for the Boise State football team as well. Are you excited to see that dog back in the middle of the stadium? I mean,
Oh yeah, I love Blitz. I actually
uh,
I just met with Positive Pets last week, and we talked about, him coming back and all that stuff, and we're going to actually try to, obviously he'll be at all the games, doing the bat dog that he does. I think they have about 25 games that he's out at.
mhm.
But we discussed maybe using him for some more like in-game promos and all that stuff.
uh,
So I think it'll be a really fun season with him this year, just using him more. And like he goes out there and the fans go wild. So like
they love
just
him. Yeah,
yeah,
they
just
love
getting
him.
that excitement from him is awesome. And yeah, so I'm definitely pumped that he'll be back.
And I just before Christmas, I was at the Idaho Center, and I just so happened to be walking by Positive Pets and ran into Blitz. Actually, I had to
Mhm.
like for a minute, I had to stop and make sure it was him, and I
Yeah.
asked him it was Blitz. So it was good to see Blitz in the off season.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have him back. He is definitely an attraction when it comes to Boise Hawks
Oh, for sure.
baseball. So. Where do you now, Paige? Now, I mean, again, you've been with the Hawks since 2019. Where do you see yourself down the road, like 5 years down the road?
Yeah, that's also tough, because I know I would like to stay in sports, obviously, because sports is what I grew up on. It's
Mhm.
the one
Absolutely,
one
yeah.
thing that I really enjoy. So I think just growing in my career, whether that's with the Hawks or not with the Hawks, maybe with some other team. You know, like everyone's dream and goal, I feel like, is to make it to the big leagues, whether you're
Yeah.
playing or just working in the front office. So,
Yeah.
being a part of like a big professional team would be really cool. So, maybe that could be in the future, but wherever the world takes me, I'm probably gonna be okay with it. Just doing whatever I gotta do. And so we'll see. I'm not fully sure where I'll be in 5 years, but hopefully it's still doing something that I love, which I'm sure it will be.
I don't doubt that. I mean,
Yeah.
you'll influence. I think you
Yeah.
will. I mean, you're good at your job. So how could someone say you're done? But
Right.
um, so I got to ask this because actually, it was my own host brother Cameron Dayton who will be returning to the Hawks. So shout out Cameron, by the way. He was asking about the Black Sox and if the Black Sox will be coming to Boise. So could you give us any insight on that?
I yes, a little bit. I don't think actually it might be a spoiler, but I know I think we do have one preseason game, and I'm not 100% sure if it's against them or if we might be doing another, exhibition games against the Chuckers. So we might be seeing the Black Sox again for a game.
Uh, Okay. All right. Well, I mean, Kenley wanted he wanted me to ask because the story is one of the players on the team last year was his teammate in college, so
Okay.
he was that's why he wanted me to ask. But
Nice.
and then Paige, not just I mean, 2 weeks from Friday is February 21st. It is not just beginning of spring training, but it will also be the first Pioneer League tryout in Florida. So, what are your thoughts on that? I mean, there's two tryouts, three actually, but two before the season and one in mid-season. Um, so yeah, what could you tell us a little bit on that?
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's awesome that the league, gives out those opportunities for people to come in and try out because each tryout, I think one team has to sign at least one player.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's cool to see, and whether they just get invited to the next step or some of them get picked up and get put on these teams, and to see them do well from just starting from a tryout
Mm-hmm.
to being on the team is really cool. So the fact that that's a opportunity for them is really cool, and I think usually it's been pretty good showings for those tryouts as well.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But and then so and then the really the last thing I have, and it's kind of a big question, is what can the fans other than seeing these games and all that, what can the fans also look forward to while coming out to the ballpark?
I mean, they can look forward to just being entertained all game long. We try our best, to keep it fresh and fun. Because there's some people, that come out to games not even for baseball, but just for the experience, and so
Mm-hmm.
we always try to make that the best that we can. And we're finalizing some stuff with our promotional schedule for this season, and so we have a lot of fun stuff planned, and being able to see that come to life and on all happen for the fans is going to be really fun this year. And we'll have the basics and the fireworks and the giveaways and all that stuff. So I think it'll just be a good season, and just overall with a new manager for our team and some new players, I
Yep.
think it'll be a cool season for us for sure.
I'm really looking forward to it. It's been
Yeah.
a long off season enough as it is, and actually I'll be at the tryout in Arizona, so I'll be able to go see that and all that. So
Awesome.
that'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it actually.
Yeah, that's
But
so cool.
and then actually this is one question I forgot. I meant to write it down. Last year the Hawks had a new rule. The Hawks didn't have a new rule. The league had a new rule, and it is the challenge rule. Basically, pitcher or catcher or the hitter are the only ones that can make it. 6 challenges a game, 3 of them in the game that you miss incorrectly, then you're done. What was your thought of that rule last season in general?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I liked it when it turned out in our favor.
Yeah, oh yeah, oh,
It's obviously so frustrating when, they if we're out on the field and it gets called a strike and they challenge it and it's
mhm.
overturned and you're like, dang it. But I mean, I think it's a cool little element to add in and just to switch up the game. But yeah, I'm indifferent about it. I don't hate it and I don't love it, I would say.
Yeah,
But like I said, it is like a fun, cool little thing to add in there, and it is interesting though that it took me a little bit to understand what was going on when we first kind of implemented it. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I had to explain that to my mom and all that, and
yeah,
she was, my Cameron's parents came out wanted me to explain that, and they cannot stand that rule. They're like it's not even accurate and all that. So it
yeah.
was kind of funny, but
Yeah, it's tricky sometimes when they do that, especially when it's the end of the game and it's a close game or something, and the
yes,
the little things matter, and sometimes that is
yes
where
it
you're
does.
just like, dang,
Yeah, Dang is right,
yeah.
but yes, guys, that right there is my main event baseball episode with my guest Paige. Paige, again, thank you so much for taking your time out and then also doing this again on the channel. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime.
All right, guys. That is my guest Paige. Remember, next Monday I will be having my interview with Oakland Ballers pitcher Kelsey Whitmore. She will be on the channel, and that will be a can't miss interview. Like I said, 15 weeks from tonight, the Hawks begin the season at home against their in-state rival, the Idaho Falls Truckers. I believe it's 7:05, right? First
Yep.
pitch. 7:05. Okay.
7:05. Yeah.
7:05. All right. All right, guys. Have a great rest of your Tuesday while watching the box fall to the floor in my office. But all right, guys. I'll see you all in the next episode. And as always, Paige, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, hold. All right, it's uploading. So, but yeah,
Sweet.
how's everyone down there doing?
Good. Yeah, we're just, trugging along, getting through the off season. But we're excited for this season, especially just like I mentioned with the new manager, and
Yeah,
I haven't met Cash or anything yet, but I feel like everything that I've heard about him seems like
he
he's a cool dude and people
he's a
really,
really good guy. Yeah. I
yeah,
actually when I was with the Cubby, he was on Ogden, so I got to talk to him and know him and all that. I actually spoke to him last week, but
oh,
yeah, he's a really nice guy and all that. So I didn't ask him if he was looking forward to coming up,
yeah.
but yeah, he's a really good guy. And Gary's with the Reds now, so
Yeah, I
he's
heard
going to
he
go
was, yeah,
down.
part of some organization. Where's he at in with the
He's
or
going to be he's going to be a scout, and so he's
okay.
basically going to be. He has to go to spring training, so I'll see him down there, and
Nice.
then he'll mainly be scouting the western parts, so like Montana, Oregon, a little of Idaho and Canada, and that's about it. So
Nice. Well, that's
yeah,
cool.
I mean, so
That's good for
but
him.
yeah, I was really excited for him and all that, but he. My mom was is not my mom's pretty happy he's not coming back, so
Yeah.
and
I
that was a
think
shock.
yeah, I think she's probably not the only one. I know there was a lot of mixed feelings about him, I think.
Yeah, oh yeah, but so so when you went to Detroit, how was the weather there?
It wasn't, well, it wasn't super bad there. I mean, it's obviously winter time, but I guess there was like a couple really cold days, but the weather's pretty similar to here.
Hmm.
It did snow the day that I got there, so and then a couple days after that, and there was like one really nice day there. It was like 40 something degrees. It felt like summertime almost compared to the 10 degrees that it was before. But yeah, weather's kind of similar to here, honestly. So it wasn't too much of a difference, but
uh, yeah, I've only been to Detroit twice coming back from Boston. Had a 3 hour layover. The airport is really nice, actually. I got
Yeah.
to admit that.
Yeah.
My mom loves the airport, but yeah. So again, thank you. Doing this again. I mean,
No, it's fun. I like it. It's fun, so
second
I don't
time.
mind
So,
it at all.
but all right, it's uploaded page. So
Cool.
thank you. I'll send it to you. But
Okay, awesome. Sweet. Well,
all
thanks,
right,
Ryan.
anytime. See ya.
All right. Bye.
Bye.